against my enemies, yeah. You see, you wanted to save you, and then learn how to raise you. But I forget you're from the wilderness.
Hello everyone, what is up? I am Rob.
And I am Eamon.
And what do you want?
I was trying to do like the Batman. The cartoon, you know, TAS, Batman, the animated series.
This is Monster Fuzz.
This is Monster Fuzz, yeah.
How are you doing, Eamon?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good, actually, yeah.
It's been, I don't know, I had a stressful old day now.
You did.
I must admit, on a Monday at
You were
work.
I could tell you were a bit perturbed.
I was agitated.
I could tell by your body language and your vibe.
Yeah, wasn't having a good time.
No. You were addled.
I don't know if I addled. I had a lot of things going on in my mind. Maybe I was addled. I hit the drink again last weekend. I took a slight reprieve from dry January because it was one of our friends, one of our good
Mr.
friends'
Dempsey.
40th. Yeah, shouts out to Kira on happy 40th birthday. So like it would have been a disservice to him if I had showed up at the pub and just been like, none for me, thanks. So I took the day off.
One of our OG patrons, Mr. Dempsey.
OG, yeah, one of the first listeners before the
one of the
conspiracy guys Genesis event.
One of the faithful.
But yeah, so that was great. Had a great crack. I met some people I haven't seen in a long time. That was fun. And then Sunday, Paolo was like, "Okay, well, I want to drink wine now," and I was like, "That's fine." And now I'm back to it now.
Oh, yeah.
Did a good 3 weeks, man. I also realised I mustn't have a bad alcohol problem because I don't feel better when I don't drink.
No. That's
in
the
fact, my body shakes. my body shakes when I don't drink, so I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to keep drinking. I'm joking, I don't have the DTs.
No, the delirium tremors.
If you have the DTs, do get, figure it out.
Check it out. Like,
God will. I don't want to advocate to wantonly drink and use substances, but I will say humans have been messing with their consciousness for thousands of years.
Who said that?
That's just what we've been
Someone
doing.
said that. Timothy Leary or something, probably one of them degenerates.
What are you? Some kind of Ayatollah?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're having a good week. We're almost out of January.
Yeah, nearly there. It's amazing. Is it just when you get older you start to travel faster through your years that are remaining? Rest
in peace to the one and only David Lynch.
David Lynch is gone.
Sad news. He was a good guy, I think.
What age was he? He was like
78, but he started smoking when he was 8 years old.
8,
and he had really bad smoking constantly, emphysema. Yeah. For the last couple of years of his life, he had really bad emphysema, and he was based in LA, and then the wildfires had to move him. Yeah, and I think he was he's been sick. He had been on the record in the last year saying that he was quite sick, and things were kind of not the best, but. Funnily enough, I'm not like a Lynchian diehard. Like, I love Twin Peaks. I absolutely love Twin Peaks. So that was the mark that he made on me. But I know that he was a pioneer of cinema, really, in some ways. A lot of people would rate him as Lynchian is a term.
Well, yeah, and it is. I suppose it can be replicated or whatever, but it was such a unique vision. I remember someone making me watch Blue Velvet when I was in college, and it was like, this is really good. And I was like, oh, class, I'm looking forward to a good movie. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And then I watched Twin Peaks later, and
Twin Peaks is like a American soap opera mixed with
even that part, because you kind of look at it and there's a part of your brain that's just trying to figure out the part where they play the song for 4 minutes in season 2, and you're like, what was the thought here? It's great though. It's and as well then that game, my favorite game of the 360 generation, Deadly Premonition, heavily inspired by Twin Peaks.
Yeah, as is Alan Wake, as is a lot of things that kind of came out after it. Basically anything that has that kind of Pacific Northwest or maybe on the other side the Maine vibes of it's all very Lynchian. There's been a lot that's come out since. Nothing's quite replicated it. But yeah, fantastic stuff. He was a good dude, and you got that vibe off him. So,
and I've never watched many of his movies, but I'd love to watch. Or I'm meaning to watch Mulholland Drive.
Yeah, I want to sit down and watch all of them.
We should do a little bit of a Lynch day. Yeah, we should. Just so we both feel uneasy for the rest of the day and kind of slightly unnerved.
Absolutely. So before we get into this mini fuzz, and it's a jam-packed one, we have a little bit of everything today. We're kind of back to our regular scheduled program, and they're a smorgasbord of paranormal and high strangeness, if you will. Before we get into it, I'd like to remind everyone that Patreon is the best way to support this show. You can head on over, you'll get your exclusive episodes. We're going to record one next week, and a bunch of other bits too, ad-free, all of that jazz as well. We're just on the cusp of partnership with YouTube, so what that means is our video episodes on YouTube will have ads going forward. So if you want ad-free video, head on over to Patreon. It's the best way to get that. You can pay yearly if you like as well, which is nice. And a quick reminder to everyone to check out our social media. I posted a video of Dogman yesterday. That seems to be getting traction at the minute. People like it.
He's odd looking.
It's Dogman.
Will be asked.
You know,
I told you there was Dogman.
What more do you want? Eamon, if they have any cryptid stories, have they met Dogman? Where should they send it?
Have you seen the Dogman? MonsterFuzzPodcast at gmail.com, and we will read out your story, much in the fashion that we are about to read out the Ohio Ranger story any minute now.
I like that name. Someone called you Ohio Ranger, like you know that he's going to keep you safe if you're out on the road. You know,
I do like that Ohio Ranger.
Yeah, like
Walker Texas Ranger would have been another good Ranger.
Like if we go to America, we have to contact the Ohio Ranger to
I'm looking for the Ohio Ranger to employ as security,
to bring us on a convoy kind of.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good
setup. But not only do we have the Ohio Ranger, we also have our new patron who's called the Wayfarer.
I'd like both of those guys.
Those two lads team up together.
They seem like lads you would pick in a video game. Wayfarer, Ohio Ranger.
Yeah. So we get the two of them together and we're sort of sorted, really. So Ohio Ranger writes in, and if you would like to tell us what he says.
Hey guys, I'm Ohio Ranger on Patreon.
Shouts out.
I heard you need listener stories.
We do.
It was spring. He just goes, I love that. I heard you need listener stories, like bang, straight into it. And that's what you call great editing. Great editing. It was spring of 2008. I was a senior in high school and had just been rejected by a girl badly. It happens to us all.
2008 vibes, I think I was saying. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I think I was in college, I was probably just getting rejected by older women. So I decided to go outside and shoot some hoops. Since I'm American, I'm sure you think there was actually gunplay involved, but no, not this time. We're going to shoot some baskets. It's important to know my parents live on 5 acres of land in the country. It's at least half wooded. 2 security lights are the only source of light. One in the driveway yard, where I was, and one in the backyard. The light does overlap, so I was outside trying to clear my head, and I had Mudvayne's Lost and Found album on repeat in the boombox. I do remember them, but I wouldn't be able to. I don't have the tune of any. Oh, did they have the ling ling ling?
Yeah,
wasn't that on the thing they released around the time of Slipknot?
Yeah, Mudvayne were like another type of Slipknot.
They were. There was a beef because they had the mask before Slipknot had them, and they were like, "We're the original Slipknot."
Yeah.
And then Slipknot were like, our masks are way better than all jumpsuits and all class. And the boys were just having like the most ridiculous fight ever.
Their single, the one around that time, was probably around the time Slipknot had put out Iowa. Can't remember the name, but I can see the video. It was like a white background. There was no it was just a white backdrop to the tune.
Yeah, and they had like white and black.
Yeah.
It was very monochrome.
It was a good tune, that.
I don't remember.
I remember kind of going, this isn't bad.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
Yeah, it was like all the music of that time where it's like you don't want to admit you like it, but you like it. You know, like Spine Shank.
Spine Shank are great. I think as well, like it's one of those things where the older you get, a friend of mine said this to me and I was like, this is actually quite on the money. He said, the older I get, the more convinced I am that I was right about music when I was 16. All the bands that I liked, whereas you get a bit older and you try to get a bit more like, good evening, good sir. I'd like to listen to some Miles Davis, please.
Well, Miles Davis is class.
I'm not saying the music isn't good, but you'll go against the music that actually spoke to you when you were young, you know?
It depends. Yeah, it depends on the individual. Some people are like always like what they like, but then
some people are pretentious.
We would have been into music for us is a bit of a social identifier. So you do try and get into the cooler dude stuff to try and be a cooler dude. Like,
and then dudes are cooler.
What you
like
think is cooler dude
bigger
stuff.
Fish.
Like,
I like this band, or like you like that
and
band.
then it just gets silly. Yeah. And you start fucking talking about pure dart.
Yeah, there's a lad in college, like he would only listen to stuff that was underground.
Yeah, pure dart.
And one day someone was just like, just because it's underground doesn't mean it's good. It just means no one knows about it but you. And he was like,
Well, the less that people now, there's two ways of looking at it. One, popularity doesn't mean good, but also the flip side of it is being bad or having no listeners probably increases the likelihood of being bad.
In a world where the current most popular thing to do is to have sex with as many men as you can in a 12-hour period.
That's what you do, is it?
No, that's what these two, who's it, Lily Phillips and...
I don't know who that is. What's this all about?
Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips. You ever heard about all this? So there's big topics of conversation about the youth being driven the wrong way because gooning. People on YouTube... I have a question actually.
What is gooning?
Yes. And I
gooning is like, we would have been gooners like back in the day. It's just like lads that are into porn and, they're kind of motivated by having a Tom Hanks.
Yeah, no, you're gooning. I think most men, when their boys are gooning, yeah.
A bit of simping might be tied in a little bit with gooning. A bit of simping.
But not really. The OnlyFans is a simp. Yeah. Because that's the thing. So basically,
the gooners are like super obsessed with like, what's the Instagram at when they see like a fine one in a video and all that. It's like a gooner's like pursuing the goon.
Because I saw something flicked on. I was looking at like...
the actual definition.
Yeah, I was looking at stuff for Marvel Rivals. Oh, yeah. And it just came up like... look what the goons are doing, and I was like, what?
Yeah, so they would have been sexualizing
big breasts.
Sure, Storm has big ditties.
Sue Storm. They all have big ditties. Sue Storm does as well. Like,
a gooner is also an Arsenal fan, of course, and they are also a bit gimpy. To be fair to them, no offense, but let's just search, and we'll find out now. Eamon, we're going to figure out what a gooner is.
Gooning.
It's an individual who practices gooning, a form of masturbation that involves... they're saying that...
What is it?
I would have called this edging, but... A form of masturbation that includes edging for a long period of time, causing a hypnotic trance-like state. Here's one. This is more accurate. One who is completely and miserably addicted to porn, but embraces and loves it. I watch porn all day. I think I'm becoming a gooner. Yeah, we were gooners back in the day.
Yeah, we would have been. I think as well,
we were pioneers.
Back in the day, you do those like 45-minute stretches of edge lording.
Pioneers of the internet, though. Come on. Well, how could you not be back in the day?
When you had a laptop, now it's all on the phone. I think that's the problem. Much easier to hide the phone.
Yeah, no, so that's what gooning is. But you were saying there was something going on with...
Oh, sorry. So because everyone's like porn addled now, so like there's this one girl called Lily Phillips who I had never heard of until this news about her sleeping with 100 men in 12 hours, and they did a documentary on it.
Yes.
You heard about this? Yeah. So they did a documentary on that. Then some other chick called Bonnie Blue, who I'd also never heard of, she came out, and in I think it was 12 hours she went through 1,057 lads. But then Lily Phillips came back and she goes, this time I'm going in the back door and I'm doing as much as I can. And what effectively they're going to keep upping the ante until someone actually damages their body.
Yeah, well, that's probably what happened, you'd imagine.
Maybe not to them. It certainly happened in the...
How's it called?
Happens to us all sooner or later. The more lads. But it's kind of grim that like that's sort of one of the things that's at the forefront of... Or there was another, and I don't even know who this person is either, but they were singing a song and the crowd was like, song's pretty good. And then she twerked and the crowd went bananas and she was like, you're not really here for the music.
Yeah, but I mean, look, sure, that's the times we're in.
Sexualized
but the flip side of it is, I do believe that Pornhub is banned in over half of the states in America right now, or about half.
It's because there's something to do with age verification, which Pornhub is refusing to do.
Yeah. So it's like what they tried to pull over here that time.
Yeah, but you can still like look at all the ones that allow you to do that. So it's just Pornhub because they're not saying, grand, we'll do this.
Right.
The other ones are like, grand. And I was listening
to... Are we swinging more conservative though then? Like
right now we are.
Yeah, because it would appear... but even before... So I mean, this was all happening in the last 4 years. To be fair, I think the general... I think we're sort of swinging, the pendulum is swinging back to a more sort of... Now, I don't mean conservative politically.
No, I know what you mean.
Conservative
family values and stuff.
All that.
I think that the other side of it is we were a little bit older, maybe getting, like when porn became more accessible. Yeah. You have lads 12. Who are going to be 9, 10. It's not... There is a bit of a responsibility to try to not have young children.
So I was on the pornos at 11.
Yeah, but you're a freak. You're a sexual maniac. No, but I've heard like these stories anecdotally about like girls go to, like, the way when we would have hooked up with girls when you're young, it's a very innocent thing. You didn't really know what you were doing.
Ass to ass.
Yeah, you'd be going straight in with the double-ended dildos. But nowadays, like, lads are trying to choke girls and all, because there's so, like, there wasn't that amount of, say, let's say, quasi-violent porn when we were coming up. Whereas now it's everywhere.
Now you're going to try and say that girls don't like being choked. Some girls do like being choked during sex.
Yeah, but I think when you're 15 shifting a lad, that shouldn't 15, be your entrance to it.
Well, when you're 15, you know to be like...
But this is the problem, is that young kids... But this is the problem, that that's how they're getting introduced to a lot of stuff. Because the kids who've been looking at that from a young age isn't going to know the difference.
Young lads are going to find porn regardless, though. So.
They are going to find porn regardless, but... I think it's
about education rather than that, though.
Absolutely,
do you know what I mean?
But that's the problem, is we're not educating people either. So you
educate first. Do you know?
I would say educate first, but in the interim, if you're not going to educate, make it a bit trickier for them, because
it's not tricky.
Well, if you need age verification, that's tied to identification.
So I think we're not going to be able to find porn when we're like, if we were fucking
we're very
13, 14.
Look, I will say a man with a horn is going to find a way.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I do agree.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to, you can't stop it, man.
I think they're a lot safer. I think you should just start handing out, from the age of 12 up, start handing lads just magazine porn.
Yeah.
Here's remember you used to have all the Playboy, College Girls, Playboy, Asian Babes, Playboy,
Fox.
MILF Magic, Fox
magazine, yeah.
What was Fox? I don't
remember Fox. So you're not a gooner then, son.
I'm not a gooner.
Away with that.
What's Fox magazine?
Fox is porn mago.
Porn mago.
It's a porn mago.
Porn mago. But what, like, I remember like Penthouse was one, because like,
what merged them out for me?
In Penthouse, I just don't know what Fox is. Because I remember Penthouse had like, it was a bit more sort of, then Playboy's obviously soft.
Oh no, this was like that. There's not that bullshit.
Fox was,
look at
real this shit. I think of that.
Yeah, with the real dogs.
Hanging out with the real dons.
Yeah, that's what it was. Go on anyway. Look, pour out the Higher Ranger now.
I know, he's just trying to tell us a spooky story.
And we've had a ruined it on.
But isn't this just typical of us? You digress because
we're getting
someone
worse
said
lately, I've noticed.
I think we're just getting more
adult
ADHD as
I think
we get
so,
older.
because I was listening to last week's episode and I was like, it took us 20 minutes to even address what we were wanting to talk about.
People actually liked it.
Yeah, well,
which might go to show maybe we should just do away with these notes, just start talking about porn and being gay when we're older. Maybe that's just what the public wants.
It's over.
Anyway, it had gotten dark by this point, and in front of me and behind the basketball hoop was the wood line, around 400 feet, or roughly their length, around 40 feet, excuse me, or roughly the length of one T-Rex.
Yeah, that's a good measurement.
There you go. Is this a bit of foreshadowing? Who's to know? On the edge of the woods was a cluster of locust trees where my dad would burn brush. And as I looked up in mid-dribble, I saw a face peeking out from behind one of the trees. Dark, sunken eyes and a sinister grin. I just stared. Not out of courage, but I nearly Weetabixed my pants. I was frozen.
As I breaking it.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, mate. My bum is flapping right now. As I looked mouth wide open, I'm sure I started to realize it wasn't behind the tree. It was the tree, a mixture of bare wood, bark, and burn marks, and how that light hit it and made it look like a smiling, scary thing. Pareidolia, I would come to find out. Which is like, that's how we see faces in designs, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So being a typical 18-year-old, I said out loud, it's going to take more than that to scare me. That's fucking class. Yeah, I love that. And there's like, and fucking Evanescence. Wake me up! It's going to take more than this to scare me. Class. As I did, I looked up to where we parked our cars, and walking from my car to my dad's, I saw a tall, skinny man. Okay, so now it's getting actual scary. He said about 7 feet tall. I was scared after all that. That was years ago. I'm now 35. He had a wide-rimmed hat like something the Amish would wear, and blue and black buffalo plaid flannel shirt, and tan pants, and a messed up face.
Cletus.
That's scary, yeah.
The Cletus rampage.
That could be weak Cletus. He doesn't sound hench.
Oh.
I can't remember how I didn't get the best look at it, just the side profile. Just something was wrong. As he walked from one car to the next towards the house, he disappeared. Well, that did it. That got me. I took the ball and my CD player and I went into the house. I didn't tell anyone for years. You're the first podcast I've told. Thank you.
Go on by.
I'll have another small story to tell you. I'll do that another time. Keep up the good work. Sorry for the spelling or the rambling.
Brilliant.
No, we're sorry for the rambling. If anything, we're sorry for the rambling. If anything.
Apologies for trying to handle your story.
Yeah, we were trying to handle your story, but we needed to talk about pornography, the state of gangbangs, and being gay when we're older.
I'm what a gooner is.
Being gay when we're older, I'm hoping is going to become a little bit of a callback thing here.
Well, with you it will, yeah, because in 10 years it'll be gay. So.
No, 20, 60, 60. I've got 20 good years. I've warned the wife. I've already warned her.
Yeah.
I said, listen now, Al is after buying a place in Scotland, 20 years.
Congratulations, by the way, big
fair
Al.
play to him, yeah. Good
Some
stuff,
man.
Al.
Hope now I was going to say hope we
chill
can stay
out
over
now.
there.
You're turning 60 awful fast, are you?
Yeah, for sure. That's a spooky story though. That sounds like a bit of flannel man. You know what I mean?
Flannel man action, and the 7 foot. A 7 foot man is scary. Yeah,
that's one for the Strange Familiars gang.
And a messed up face. I'd be curious a bit more detail about that. Ohio Ranger, if you could let us know how the face was messed up, or if it was just under shadow of darkness. It looked
very creepy.
Very spooky though. Very spooky.
Yeah, very creepy. Also creepy depending on who you are. There is a bigger and more venomous species of funnel web spider that has been discovered in Australia. How do you feel about spiders, Eamon? Indifferent? Like
I don't mind them too much here, but yeah, I wouldn't be super fond of giant. Like, you ever see the huntsman spiders that just to be in your house in Australia? Don't like that.
Don't like that.
Don't like that.
I don't mind spiders as a whole. I've seen like little kids in like South America handling fucking tarantulas and all them, like, you little mad bastards, but they seem quite docile most of the time.
I'm sure they probably are, and the bite isn't like gonna kill you, but it's probably not gonna be great.
Yeah, so
camel spiders can suck my dick. Like they're disgusting, awful looking things, and I don't want any part in it.
I want to say there's something like now again, I'm completely talking out my arse here, but there's a very low number. I was going to say there's like 5, but I don't know. There's a very low number of spiders that can actually kill you, whereas snakes, on the other hand, there's quite a few.
Yeah. But snakes aren't there's something. I wonder what it is then, because snakes, people are afraid of snakes. Snakes don't really bother me.
Nah, same.
But spiders, I would be more. I think because spiders are on you and they're skitterish, so they'll run around you real quick, and that's not nice.
Is it a genetic thing? Like, because us Irish, like, we haven't been exposed to snakes since St. Patrick got rid of them. So,
but not spiders either, you know.
Well, we have spiders here,
but like we wouldn't have had venomous spiders.
Well, we have spiders, though. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so like, you know, we would have seen them a lot.
I don't know. I just never got the snake thing. I know some people don't like snakes. Well, obviously, St. Patrick. So, but you'd think then we would be more afraid of them.
No, because we don't. No,
but when we see a snake on television and we assume we imagine what it would have been like if St. Patrick never got rid of them, and that gives us the heebie-jeebies.
Snakes. Yeah, but it goes on to say here that the man who found this species recommends giving them a wide berth, as they give copious amounts of venom. Nicknamed the big boy, it can grow up to 3.5 inches, compared to 2 inches of the more common Sydney funnel web. So this particular spider is a lot larger. Its venom glands are a lot larger, and its fangs are a lot longer.
There it is, the fangs being a lot. Fangs, that's a big problem. Fangies, big fangy stingers. Like, do you ever see a snake yawning?
Yeah,
that's not nice, because its mouth kind of goes up like that, but the big fangs come out, and you're like, this just doesn't look that I don't like it. No,
this was Ken Christensen who was saying this, and they're talking about it here. The Sydney funnel webs are known for their fast acting and extremely highly toxic venom, but luckily, Eamon, the same anti-venom is effective on bites from this new species. God. So, Mr. Christensen first discovered Big Boy in the early 2000s near Newcastle, which is 105 miles north of Sydney, and it's been officially named Atrax Christenseni in his honour. Sometimes you might find them in the garage or in a bedroom or somewhere in the house where they might have wandered in during the night, said Mr. Christensen, and he's the head of spiders for the head of spiders for the Australian Reptile Park, chief of spiders. I would not recommend touching them. They do give copious amounts of venom. So, Eamon, here's a bit of interesting sort of statistics for you. 13 deaths have been linked to funnel webs, according to the Australian Museum, but none since the anti-venom was developed in 1981.
Only 1981? Wow. Yeah, you'd imagine that it's kind of younger people and older people, right? You know, when you get to that age where a flu might take you out. highly venomous spiders probably become more of a threat.
Absolutely. So I came across, we've been known to mispronounce words.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that's definitely an issue I have.
Dustin Bieber.
I goon too hard and my mouth doesn't work properly. I'm thinking lusty thoughts and I can't speak.
So I thought this would be a fun little one. This is the list of the most mispronounced words of 2024. So if you want to take it away there.
So the list was curated by the language learning platform Babbel and handily also includes the correct pronunciation for the words that have shaped viral moments and defined global milestones.
Absolutely.
Fuck off.
Rude.
Barry Keoghan.
Yeah.
Now, is this right?
Barry Keoghan.
Because according to this, it's Barry Keoghan.
He says it like a dickhead. Yeah. Just to be difficult.
He says it like
no, he does. He goes, no, it's Keoghan or something. That's what he says.
Keoghan.
Yeah, he goes Keoghan. He says Keoghan.
See, I'm pronounced that gin because
everyone in Ireland before Barry Keoghan would have said Keoghan.
Keoghan, yeah.
Keoghan.
Barry Keoghan. But he's Keoghan.
Keoghan. Yeah.
Sure, look, he's famous now, I suppose. Yeah. One of them lads. Never famous. Sure, my name needs to be even more interesting.
Barry Keoghan.
Keoghan. Barry Keoghan.
So he's acting the Ballocks. And we do know that Barry Keoghan was going out with none other than Sabrina Carpenter, the latest industry plant.
What happened there with them? He went off with someone else.
I think he was dicking around, yeah.
I wonder if he went off with Charisma Carpenter. Maybe that was her husband. That was Cordelia in Buffy.
Any young Dublin scallywag be up to no good,
He's probably after some
them little inner city scallywags.
Some of them Dublin
can't
lads,
trust them.
The inner city lads, they want those inner city girls. Sabrina Carpenter, he just can't. He's like, nah, man. I want Jacinta.
Fucking well.
Jacinta's on the gear. Jenny's on the gear.
Me fucking Jacinta.
Well, they've only just decided to take a break from their year-long relationship.
Have they? Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that's caused a buzz.
Has it?
Yeah. It's they're positively buzzing with their year break.
No, she had a song called Espresso.
Oh, don't.
Is it not Espresso?
Well, I never got that wrong.
No.
I worked in coffee.
Espresso.
Espresso.
I would have always said espresso.
Yeah. That's like, let me ask you a question,
It is.
It's your
I ask myself why, I'll be gone till November. Tell my girl I'll be gone till November. It's the tune.
Yeah, that's Wyclef.
Snooze. Pronounced snooze.
I didn't know, but that's what it was called. The stuff you put in your gum, yeah.
Yeah, Swedish lads love sticking that tobacco up in their gum, getting mouth cancer.
I'm getting tired of smoking these cigarettes, yeah. So they just stick it on. I tried it before. You get a little bit of but it feels gross because you're
like, yeah. I went over when I was in Sweden. They were giving it to me, and I was like, "This is crap."
Why are they so fond of it? And so it's like,
and also your man, shouts out Daniel. He was showing me, and like his gums are fucked. I was like, this is like,
because that's
sick.
I think I was in Belgium and a fella gave me some, so I fired it into me gum, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not really about this life. Yeah,
no, Sweden, nice place, very expensive.
Lots all those Nordic countries there.
Cool adventures over there, but went to a house party.
Were you gooning?
No, not gooning. I don't know. I wasn't shifting. I went to a house party with a lot of ones though, but there was no shifting. I was too drunk, I think, so I was just trying to have the crack. Just drinking with everyone. They're all like, "Oh, you're Irish, so you can drink loads," and I was like, "Yeah, I guess I can."
Just fell through a table or whatever.
It's like, yeah, I guess I can. Let's go.
I got it. Even when I was out on the weekend, I hadn't drank in weeks, so I think I must have had about 8 or 9 pints of Yellow Belly. And by the end of it, like, I caught myself like a tiny slur, and I was like, "I'll just stop doing that now." And my brain was like, "Yeah, no bother." And I was like, "Jesus Christ, I'm really good at drinking."
Oh no, I'm the same. Like, but I've always been like that.
You're very good though. Like you're almost. It's annoying because you don't drink much, and then you just come out and you're like, how is he able to do this and still maintain?
It's just it's genius kind of techniques and stuff.
Genius techniques, yeah. What kind of techniques would you employ?
It's just like I'm using techniques with my liver
before I go out. I look in the mirror.
Metabolize the alcohol and stuff. Yeah. I'm able to communicate with my vital organs. I can turn them on.
Be still, penis. It's time to drink. I must have the crack and not talk to these girls.
I divert blood flow from certain certain parts and all. Get things
handy,
flowing.
yeah.
It's transcendental meditation, like David Lynch.
He's good for transcendental.
I'm actually good. Like I do like that about myself. I don't have to keep, because when I was young, I was like, I fucking may drink every week to be able to keep up. Yeah. Like otherwise, I'm going to be
Do you know the way they say like things like grief? It's not that the grief gets smaller; it's that your capacity to experience grief gets bigger.
Yeah.
I think alcohol is the same. Like you're still fucked up. Yeah. It's just you're like. When I get into the hole, I'm like, I've been here before.
Yeah.
I know how to get out of this. I'm just gonna ride it out on the ropes like Muhammad Ali for a few rounds, and I'll be back.
If you catch your body, it's very hard for your body to catch you. Like when I was in Sweden, so what happened was my friend had shifted a Swedish one in Spain, and a couple of years prior,
that was your friend globe trotting.
Yeah,
right.
And he messaged her before we went over, and he was like, "Do you want to meet up? Actually, when we're over there."
You again.
No, she had a boyfriend, but she was like, yeah, cool. We'll show you around. Like, so we randomly met up with this random Swedish person, and she was like, oh yeah, I'll take you to my apartment in the middle of nowhere. It was like last stop on the train. We went off, and me and my other friend, who were unrelated to this whole nonsense, were just looking at each other going like, what are we doing? And so we went to a house and we played Kings,
that's a
drinking game.
Yeah.
There was only like, so it was hairy because there was only like 6 of us, and
6 altogether.
Yeah,
was it 3 and
hairy.
3?
It was hairy, and I was drinking rum. I think I drank a bottle of rum.
Yeah.
And I went to, and the plan was to go to a house party after that. So I went to the bathroom.
A bottle of rum and then a house party.
Yeah, then a house dangerous. Party. So I went into the bathroom and I was like, if you pass out here, I was looking at my drunk ass in the mirror, and I was like, if you pass out here, you're done. Like, you have no way home. You don't know where you are.
So you just have to keep it together.
Yeah. And so I was like, right, yeah, I'll take that on board. And then I went to a house party, and I got lit up. Drank white Russians all night with a lot of Swedish people.
Yeah, there is something about if you can, the sugar intake of like rum, white Russian, stuff like that, you might be okay if you can keep it together. But they bring you to a weird drunk where you don't feel drunk anymore.
And lads, you know, sometimes when you go to a party and you're a lad and like there's a bunch of Swedish dudes there and they've got their women there and they're trying to shag some of them and all that, and then of course those big sexy Irish bastards come in with their rogue like charm.
The Irish lads are known to be more sexy than
bastards.
Swedish lads. Tall, blonde, Nordic Swedish lads.
Taller than all them bitches anyway.
No, that's true. Yeah, you're an outlier.
So we came in, and of course there's this dynamic change. So the lads in the room get a bit shirty with you. They're trying to they're kind of half trying to make a laugh at you, but half trying to be a friend. Do you know that kind of thing?
And
where they're like,
"I'll
go on, the Irish guy can drink," and they're trying to like ply you, thinking you're not able or you're going to get too drunk. I'm like, bitch, watch me fucking, watch me drink this white Russian in front of all you, and then spill it all over my shirt, but continue to keep going. Yeah. I did. I kept it going, kept it rocking.
Well, it sounds like you showed them anyway.
I did. Went off with 12 Swedish.
Brought the beautiful blonde women to the room and said, with a milk stain jar, I fucking know.
Well, look, he who laughs last, you know.
That's true. That's true.
That's the crack.
He's not well.
So, Eamon, that was snooze anyway. It's not pronounced snooze, and it's not pronounced snus. No, it is pronounced snooze. It's not pronounced snus. We have the last Bigfoot sighting of 2024. It was, I think, actually, and it was in Worcester County, and it was near Mount Wachusett. It was on a ski slope. Skiing Bigfoot, perhaps. He says, first, I'm a skeptic, but I'm willing to be open-minded, Eamon.
Wow, I like those kind of people.
Yeah. This is why I'm writing into a Bigfoot report website, because I'm so skeptical. Secondly, I ski Wachusett and I hike there, so I am very familiar with the terrain and trails. So, this past week, I've been hiking up the road just before sunset and hiking down the road, leaving the top about 5 to 10 minutes after sunset. First night, I'm coming down and I stopped under the chairlift where the road crosses 10th Mountain Ski Trail. This is the upper road crossing. Looking up slope, I noticed a dark shape standing to the left of a lift tower, probably about 400 feet above me. My thought is, what is that? I thought it might be a bear. But if it would have been a big one. Or it was a piece of equipment next to a tower. He said he watched for a while and there was no movement. He shrugged and he moved on. Second night, 2 days later, I walk the same trail and I stop in the same place on the 10th mountain trail and look for the dark shape near the tower. It wasn't there. I didn't see anything, but I did smell an animal kind of odor. Not overpowering, but you couldn't miss it.
Maybe the Bigfoot was a while away. They are known to be stinky.
Day 3, same kind of hike. As far as I was hiking all the fucking time by. As I was hiking down, I noticed 3 deer on the conifer trail. They were not nervous but aware of me. I moved down to the 10th mountain trail to see if I could see anything. On the military crest of the slope, right there was a flat section of the trail that had a sharp drop off. I saw a large dark shape move from my left to the right for a few feet, then made itself small like it squatted down. I saw what looked like a head and shoulders. I did not see any further movement or smell any odor. I headed down the road back to the parking lot. As I got close, I heard a branch snap on my left in the woods. And a few feet later, I heard a branch snap on the right. So, while I am a skeptic, it was intriguing enough that I would share it. I don't have night vision equipment, but I would suggest you hike the same road at the same time and observe looking up at that 10th mountain trail after sunset. He goes on to say a lot of cool stuff, but that's basically the long and short of it. He says that a woman told him that she also knew of Sasquatches near the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
The timing conditions would usually be around dusk is when you see him. And it was near the ski slope. So if people are looking, if you want to go out hunting, it is in... Actually, this was in 2023. It wasn't 2024 at all. This was July 18th. It was close to my birthday. Near Worcester, I don't know, county. And yeah, Mount Wachusett. So next to the Leominster State Forest. Go out and take a look for your Bigfoots. What you reckon about all that, Eamon?
Well,
sighting or shiting?
As a skeptic, it's true. I don't know. Interesting. Like, to be fair, if the sun's starting to set, it's getting dark, you're looking at silhouettes under dim light, you would imagine maybe it could be a bear or something like that. He's saying he's seeing sign of a shoulder and a head, but sure, that's hard to know when you're at distance and that's going on,
Bigfoot.
Hard to know. Probably Bigfoot.
It was Bigfoot.
I'd like to think it was Bigfoot.
I think it was Bigfoot.
How much would you say Bigfoot? You know the way you found porn in the woods?
Yeah.
Maybe that's Bigfoot all along.
What, he is born? Fox magazine?
No, they're robbing, they get up real early in the morning when the vans drop the magazines at the newsagents, and they'd wear like the turtles, they'd have a trench coat. And so they'd steal a few things.
That's what we used to do.
Go into this is it, you are Bigfoot. And then you go to the forest to read it so that you won't get in trouble or caught, and then you leave it there.
Yeah.
It gets kind of weather damaged over time.
That makes sense.
Because remember when we were kids,
that actually
when we went into
a
forest, there used to be porn in the woods. That's an old thing.
That is a thing.
Yeah.
But that actually, no one has ever drawn the dots of that being Bigfoot before. So again, ladies and gentlemen, you're in the presence of genius. And we don't charge for it.
Sometimes, it's optional if you want to pay.
Yeah, but you get closer to genius if you pay.
Well, don't get too close to genius. It would only drive you to madness. Don't get too close to me.
But you're right. That could be it.
Yeah, I'd like to think that. Because Sasquatch, I think he likes human women.
Oh, he does, yeah.
I think he looks at his own Sasquatch women and he goes, ugh, double thumbs down.
Well, we had Bigfoot on the helicopter. He was robbing underpants.
Stealing underpants, yeah. So he's lingerie.
Bigfoot in the convertible. He was going around with a woman, I think.
That's right. Well, she met him and she thought he was better than the husband. Bigfoot probably is better than most husbands.
Probably.
He's a good protector. He's a strong and silent type. He's a Mickey that you'd kill the milkman for. And,
wouldn't you kill the milkman for it, though, let's be honest.
Well, I mean, Bigfoot's Mickey, that's got to be something else.
Yeah, well, that's in Fox Mag as well. But that's that's a salient observation. Bigfoot in the woods robbing magazines. I actually seen the other day, I observed that they still do that practice. They leave the magazines out. So civilization hasn't deteriorated fully to the point where they can't trust the magazines to be outside the shop in the morning.
And the only thing is they don't leave milk. They still do leave milk out, but going out with milk isn't as popular as it once was.
The milkman has diversified now in Wexford.
He's had to.
You can get everything off the milkman.
I know, yeah. But sure, he had to because...
protein milk.
Why was it that people just wouldn't go down to the shop to get milk like we do now? It's a kind of strange, isn't it? The milkman used to just be like, here's a glass bottle of milk. And then he leave the... No, he was smart. We were stupid. The milkman was raking in the dough.
But
like,
to be fair, back then people used to drink fucking obscene amounts of milk. Like
that is true.
Fucking lactose bitches.
Yeah, that's probably why everyone's lactose intolerant now, because like we drank too much milk.
No,
and
that
fucked
helps.
Our bodies up. Well, in that case, I'm glad.
Yeah, no, it helps. It's the opposite. Like if you don't have lactose, you'll end up.
Is that why in certain cultures, like they didn't really drink much milk?
Yeah, the Japanese
so that's why the white people are like
break up the Japanese.
Yeah,
throw black cheese as a Japanese person, you're fucked.
Shite.
Don't know what to do with it.
Do you know you're only meant to eat a fingernail sized cheese a day?
Oh yeah.
You can't even get anything as big as a fingernail sized cheese.
I think I've kind of inadvertently made myself lactose intolerant because I switched to oat milk years ago.
Oat milk is better.
And I don't drink and now whenever I have dairy, I'm like, oh, hello IBS.
Yeah, shit at that.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
I think I've like fucked myself up. I've done.
You have to. That's the thing. You have to. Did you turn Japanese?
I
really think so.
No, that's what the allergist said to me last week.
That's true.
He was
though,
like, you haven't eaten eggs? I was like, no. He was like, eat eggs. I'm like, all right, okay.
But
he was like, but I was like, but they make me nauseous. He was like, yeah, but you may eat them. And I'm like, okay, sound.
Eggs are class. Like, eggs are class. I love eggs.
I'm on the egg ladder.
I make you an omelette.
The doctor,
that
no, I can't
the
have
socks
them.
up. Why can't you have
They're
an
too
omelette?
high on the egg ladder.
It's just too. It's just an egg.
They're too high on the egg ladder.
I'm
on
at the top of the egg ladder?
Prescribed
Some sort of souffle or something. What's at the top of the egg ladder?
You know what's on the top of the egg ladder actually break you up? Mayonnaise will break you up. But here's the news. I could give you non-egg mayonnaise and you wouldn't know that it's non-egg mayonnaise.
No, I'm not against it.
Egg mayonnaise is very much just oil and vinegar, and then it's like, okay, that's
I'm not against the fake meats and the fake eggs and all that. Like, I'll eat whatever.
The fake meat is a bit wank when
it's
you
not as good.
Meat. But fake mayonnaise is like, honestly,
you know what you can't get? You might be able to get decent fake mayonnaise, but you know what you can't get? No one's perfected it.
Fake cheese.
No fake eggs out there, son. No, you can get fake cheese.
Well, there's that aquafaba. I haven't tried that though. Yeah.
What even is that?
It's chickpea stuff. I don't know how it's made. It's something to do with chickpea water, and it's whisked. But apparently, that is like a good substitute for egg.
Well, that's something I've never heard of in my life.
There you go.
Do you know what I like? Do you know what I like to substitute eggs with?
Eggs. Yeah,
I have egg, and sometimes I have a fried egg. Sometimes I might have an omelette. Don't often have a boiled egg, but I have been known to do a bit of salt on top of it.
There's a lad from Exeter called Eggy Cave because he has a head like an egg.
Yeah, there's a few lads called
Eggy
Egg.
Cave.
Yeah. Do you ever see one of them lads and he shaves his hair and then turns out he has a weird looking scalp?
Yeah, tough.
That's a sad thing, isn't it? Or he has like a peanut on his head or something. Just it was hiding in there amongst the hair like some sort of dolman in a forest. And he shaves
he has an actual peanut, like a cat.
Well, it's something that looks. He might have a cashew. He himself is fake milk. He has a cashew in his head.
He's just hiding a nut under his head, like
hiding a nut under his head,
under his scalp.
But it never comes out. He's smuggling walnuts.
No, I've never seen that. I don't think.
Smuggling,
unfortunately.
No, I've seen a few lads now, and they shave the head, and there's an odd old burnt mark.
Oh yeah, I get you.
You know?
I was thinking about shaving my head soon.
Yeah,
you get bored.
Shaved head.
You get bored of hair.
Would you mac it, or would you just blade point
just
zero,
maybe you get bored. I do anyway. You get bored of things.
What I like to do is I'll grow my hair long, cut it off, put it back. Just
you did a buzz cut a couple of times as well.
I did. But I look too hard, and lads are really afraid of me, and I'm like, no, I'm just intelligent. I'm hard of mind but weak of body. And so I don't like to make people uncomfortable.
Yeah, true.
Because I look
That's
so
true.
hard.
Yeah, you throw people off.
Well, I just look like I'm some sort of drug slinging strong man.
Addled.
They'd be like, look how good he is at selling drugs, probably based on his haircut.
Have you been up to anything? Have you been playing any games or anything? Actually, have you been playing games?
I actually haven't touched a video game for over a week.
Miserable.
I've been busy. Yeah. Been busy. I'm doing many courses to keep my mind sharp.
Yeah,
reading
genius.
many books.
That you are.
Yeah, genius of the skies. They call me the pterodactyl.
How are your courses going? Being a
grand. I'm doing Power BI.
Sounds really cool.
Power Boy. So that's why it's gonna make me. It's gonna make me boy at 50 and then gay at 60. So Power Boy.
Shouts out.
Yeah, so doing Power BI, Tableau.
Oh yeah.
Reporting stuff. Cool. I'm learning things. I'm quite good at Excel.
Yeah.
I did a few weeks of Excel and I was like, sure, I already know that.
Yeah.
And I said,
I'm playing Dead Cells again.
Oh, you should do?
What?
Learn Excel.
No.
Learn Excel. Make a few reports. Do some. We can look at the numbers we're bringing in on the podcast.
I'm playing
live data.
I'm playing TCG Simulator. Shop TCG
Conspiracy Guys Simulator.
No, trading card game shop. Simulator.
Right. Oh, I thought you were like, because you're actually slinging cards as well.
Yeah, but you run a trade card shop, so you're like, yeah.
So you're virtually doing what you're actually doing.
But like lads come into the shop smelly and all, you have to buy deodorant for them. Stuff like that's cool.
Just like real life.
Yeah, that's just like, so you have to. It's like at the fighting game tournaments where they have signs up saying like, if you don't have deodorant, don't come in here.
Yeah, there was a fella, I used to work in a game shop years ago, and there's a lad that would come in every now and then, and we called him Spud.
Yeah,
and he just smelled like old weed, just like never changed the clothes. The weed smell was in it, and it just smelled like some sort of bad potato.
There's a lad from Exeter called Dirty Marty.
Dirty Marty, on account of his bad bathing habits, is it?
Yeah, I was also reading a story on Reddit today about so one of them stories that just makes you like nauseous. A girl was going out with a lad, and he wouldn't wash his arse in the shower because he was uncomfortable with touching his arse.
You talked about this before.
This is a different story again.
This is a different lad, and they think that it's gay to
that
wipe
was a
their
different.
arse.
That was a different guy. This guy is just uncomfortable with touching his arse.
What is that? Because someone touched his arse?
I don't know what he's uncomfortable.
He needs to go to a therapist. If you can't wash your arse,
he's uncomfortable with it. What's he supposed to do?
So get comfortable with it, like, because when he's 60, he's gonna be mad into that.
But she was saying like that she could smell it at times, and I was like, once you describe that, I'm done.
That's disgusting.
Imagine getting a waft of that, like.
And it's a
imagine you're in the bed
thing.
You're in the bed and he's doing a Dutch oven.
Stop.
He's doing a Dutch oven.
No, the Dutch oven is whatever. That's a fart, but he just has a.
But he has a normal Dutch oven. Like his Dutch oven is preheating all the time.
He has an all-day Dutch oven. Like, that's disgusting.
Yeah, sick. Like,
no, he needs, like, if I was her, I'd say, listen, you need to go and get your mind fixed by a doctor.
Yeah.
I feel afraid to touch my own arse.
You have to, like.
No, like something bad happened to him. So, I feel my heart actually goes out to him.
If any of our listeners don't wash their arse, wash it.
Lads.
Will you?
And if you're not unclipping your Mickey and cleaning it around there.
All of our listeners are American. They've got them Jewish Mickeys.
Well, that's true. Most of our listeners have them Jewish Mickeys. Yeah, kosher Mickeys.
Yeah, the boys are packing heat now. You know what I mean? They're all hygienic and shit.
Horribly foreskinned Palestinians.
They're not like those Celtic motherfuckers with big smelly Mickeys.
So, but like, I think, like, visually, it looks better. Yeah, smell of fucking dagged Mickeys. I think visually though, the old circumcision looks better, but it is just barbarism.
You appreciate this.
Well, no, I have, like, I think it looks better. Yeah, because I was playing Cyberpunk, and I was looking at the difference, like, in real time, when I could just switch over. I was like,
have you rolled Pan Am yet?
I haven't played in 2 weeks.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I know, it's terrible.
I haven't played again.
I can't because I'm too busy with getting smarter.
Slap.
I'm gonna do a report.
Ride Pan Am.
I'll ride who I want.
Come on now, will you? Fuck's sake, like. Yeah, so other than that, now, in my news, I'm watching season 3 of the trailers. Very, very riveting. I'm up to date now.
Very good.
To watch season 2 is very good. So you should watch that. It's good.
Started watching Castlevania Nocturne season 2.
Is it good?
Yeah, the Castlevania cartoons are all.
I must watch them, actually.
You should. They're very, very good.
Yeah, I must.
They're written by Warren Ellis, who is a famous comic book writer, and he wrote Transmetropolitan Fell. That's what he wrote. X-Men. Remember X-Men? Remember the fella you like, Gambit? Do you remember Gambit? He wrote Gambit. And
I don't like Gambit.
Yeah, so I'm enjoying that.
Wow.
While you watch reality TV of lads pretending to kill each other. All right.
No. Other than that, telly's been poor.
Yeah.
Just been nothing going on, like, do you know, everything's been a bit shit.
It's
Severance is back out now soon. I'll watch that. That's good. It's got your man that's in stuff in it. And that's about it really. Nothing else new.
No, I'll be very busy now.
No, it's been quiet. Like, it's been quiet January. It's been a bit kind of bit shite. Like, I cleaned The Office very much. So The Office now, ladies and gentlemen, behind the camera is just
beautiful,
immaculate.
I've never seen it like this.
There's not a speck of dust in here. Because I'm allergic to dust, so I have to get rid of it all. I'm like Mr. Barnes with the germs. And I'm spraying fucking Dettol around the room, cracking up. So yeah, I'm doing that. One of my life hacks now, I'll advise listeners, before I knew I was allergic to the dust, if I was clean and good hoovering and all that, I get all, congested.
Inflamed nostrils.
Yeah, sinusy. Some of our listeners have actually remarked smart-arsedly that we do a lot of sniffing on the podcast, like trying to imply like we're on the bag or something. Nah, sinusitis, brother.
Yeah.
It's not that.
I broke my nose 3 times as a child and Rob's allergic to dust, so you're going to just have to deal with this, okay?
It's not quite that Hollywood. It's deviated septum.
We wouldn't be able to like afford.
No. So yeah, basically, what I found was after, anytime you clean, you get all broke up and all, you're like, what the fuck? Wear no fucking face mask.
Yeah?
Yeah, works. And then there you go. You can dust all you want then.
Yeah, that's true actually, yeah.
Like a little Filipino going around the place cleaning the place. They wear masks when they're clean, like they're fucking pros.
It makes sense, like, yeah.
So now you see like hotel cleaners and all, they wear face masks. That's why.
But it does make sense. People have been doing that since time immemorial.
Wearing face
Probably
masks.
Not that long.
N95s.
Yeah,
back in the
I don't even
Victorian
think they
age.
made the N95, the duck mask, the Pringles mask.
Yeah, but so that's been it. It's been very, very quiet. A nice, quiet, relaxed January, and we're looking forward to a bold February. Oh yeah, actually, while we're here, before we go, we'll announce England next week. Like this,
Are we?
Yeah.
Do you want to announce it to me first, so I know what the crack
That's what I'm
is?
saying.
Or,
Like
yeah.
we're going to talk
Okay,
about
right.
it. Should we have to talk about it? I don't know.
Should we just go when we go? I would also like to say,
Oh, watch out now.
what day is today on the podcast day? Thursday.
Yeah.
Shouts out to my wife.
Oh.
Tomorrow. She's not going to listen to this, so she doesn't care.
No. I don't blame
2-year anniversary. No, I wouldn't listen to this.
2-year marriage already.
2 years of being married.
That's crazy.
And I think I'm only allowed 2 more, and then you have to get divorced or something like
Do
that.
you?
There was some
Statistic.
yeah. Well, I do so much with my big brain that I'll do a Power BI about the state of our marriage. I think all that shit that I was talking about, like turning gay in a few years,
Circumcised Mickeys and all those, not going to do you any good. And all that
discourse. She'd be a bit of a homophobe. No, she wouldn't. You know what I mean? She wouldn't be into me being with the lads and all.
So yeah, so we'll figure that out, and I'm leaning towards late May, perhaps. Reason why is because Father's Day is early June in England and Ireland, actually. And I know we've got dads that listen that do want to go on the hike. So sometime around mid to late May, I think, is better. And also because I might be going back to Japan in the summer. Round 2, fight. Yeah, so I might be doing that.
Very good.
I woke up one day and feeling full of life and zest. Not in the zesty way, but feeling good. And I said, you know what? I want to go back to Japan this year, and I don't give a fuck.
You do what you
I
want.
don't give a fuck.
Do.
So
I'm going to Portugal in a few weeks.
getting your teeth done again, is it?
No,
not
me. My teeth are done now.
All right.
They're done.
Turkey teeth,
turkey teeth, Portuguese pearls. So back there for the week. Actually, we must double up on an old episode before I go.
Yeah, so we'll do that, and that's the crack. So we'll leave it there, folks. This has been a nice little baby mini Fuzz, and we'll be back next week. What's Monday's episode, Aidan?
It's kind of Boogeyman adjacent with bloody bones and raw head Rex.
Oh, Jesus.
It's an interesting old episode now.
Watch yourself.
Raw head.
Right then, folks, I've been Rob.
Amen.
Monster Fuzz over and out.